Hello, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the step-by-step guide to help you grow your glutes at home. Now I know with the whole situation of the whole pandemic, a lot of us do not have access to the gym, but I'm just letting you know it is possible to grow your glutes at home, and we're going to learn how to do that today. Now all you need is a pair of dumbbells and resistance band. However, if you don't have these equipment, it's okay to do them without no equipment at all. You will still see progress. Now, if you are new to working out, this is going to help you a lot because you're going to make those newbie gains. Now, if you don't know what newbie gains are, it's pretty much when you are able to put on muscle and make progress a lot faster than someone who has been lifting for more than 2 years because your body is still trying to adapt to the new changes. So even if you are performing these exercises with no equipment, you're going to see some progress. However, if you have been lifting for more than 2 years or so, you will see some progress, but you'll need to add some resistance to it. So whether that is a resistance band or a pair of dumbbells, is going to help you a ton. Now, if you're ready, let's just get started. Now, the first step we need to make sure we are doing is having enough protein intake. Now, if you don't know the importance of protein and how it plays into the muscle building phase, it plays such a crucial role because when you work out, you're breaking down those muscle fibers, and when you get enough protein intake, it's able to recover your muscle, repair it so it could come back stronger and bigger. Now, a general rule of thumb of protein intake is 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for example, I am 117 pounds. I should be consuming about 117 grams of protein each day to maintain my lean muscle mass. So if you don't even know how much you're consuming right now, I suggest you to start tracking to see where you stand, because this is going to help you build muscle overall and mostly grow your glutes specifically for this video. Now, if you're not familiar with macronutrients such as your carbs, fats, and protein, I also have a nutrition ebook guide that is for beginners, linked down in my description box below. It is an ebook that I created to help you learn how much you should be eating based on your body composition, so your age, sex, height, etc. If you're confused about how much you should be eating, definitely check out the link below, but make sure your protein intake is in alignment with your current goals. Second step is performing glute activation. Now, if you sit a lot like me throughout the day, sometimes you're going to have a dead glutes. Now, what does a dead glutes mean? It basically means when you're performing certain exercises that are specifically for your glutes, but you just can't feel it. Have you ever felt like that before? Because I have, and it sucks because you're working so hard and you're not feeling anything at all. Now, I have a few exercises for you to try, but the reason why we want to activate our glutes is simply because we want to build that muscle-mind connection. That is going to help us a ton when we get ourselves back into the gym and lift heavier and become stronger. Now let's get to the glute activation exercises. First glute activation exercise, we're going to start off with frog pumps. You want to lay on a mat. Make sure you keep your chin tucked in. Put your feet together and lift your hips all the way up and squeeze your glutes. Now, when you get to the top, you want to hold for at least 1 to 2 seconds. But this exercise is a great way to target your glute maximus, which is the largest muscle group on your glutes. Now, you want to make sure you're not overarching your back and keep your spine neutral the whole time. Have glute kickbacks, and these are another way to target the largest glute muscle, the glute maximus. As you are in this position, you want to keep your head neutral, look down on the mat, not in front of you, and keep your hips level throughout the whole motion. Now, this can be performed with just your body weight if you don't have a band available, but I absolutely love these because you definitely feel them around the top and bottom area of your glutes. The third exercise we have is fire hydrants, and these specifically target your glute medius, aka your side booty. Now, you want to keep your head neutral for this as well. You don't want to look in front of you. Lift one leg at a 45-degree angle while keeping the balanced leg at a 90-degree. Make sure your hips stay put throughout the whole motion and perform for 10 to 12 reps. Last but not least, we have the basic movement, the glute bridge. Now, you can perform this without the band, but one thing you want to keep in mind is pushing through your heels and keeping your feet slightly pointed out. Now, what I like to do is hold 1 second at the top so that you can actually feel the contraction on your glutes and your hamstrings. Make sure to keep your neck tucked in throughout the whole movement. Now, the third step is to add more volume. Now, you can do this in 4 ways. You can increase your sets and reps. So if you're used to doing 3 sets of 8 to 10, etc., now that we are at home with no minimal equipment and a lot of weight, you need to up those sets and reps. So for example, 4 sets of 12 to 15 or 4 sets of 15 to 20 really depends on where you're at and your level of training. The second way you can do this is slowing down the tempo. Now, this is when you're focusing on the negative portion of the movement and performing them slower so that you are putting a lot of time under tension. Haven't you ever noticed that when you perform an exercise a lot slower, it burns even more? This is basically that concept. And this is going to help you activate those muscle fibers even more. The third way to add volume is taking less rest time. Now, when I was at the gym, I would take like a minute to 2 minutes to get back into my sets. But now that I'm at home, taking at least 30 seconds to 60-second rest has helped me see so much growth simply because it's adding intensity, keeping a lot of time under tension like the second step. Now, the fourth way to do this is a burner exercise. Now, burner exercise are a killer, and it is when you add one exercise at the end of your workout and perform until you hit failure, meaning until you can't perform it anywhere as fast as you can with proper form. Now, definitely make sure to incorporate 4 of these variables of adding more volume into your glute workout is going to help you increase the growth because you are building hypertrophy, which is increasing the muscle size of that tissue. The fourth step is training your glutes 2 to 3 times a week. Yes, I'm not talking about just once a week, but training it 2 to 3 times a week is going to help you see the growth that you want. Now, why is this the case? Well, if you want a muscle to grow, they have to be able to go through the hypertrophy phase, which is giving your muscle the ability to grow and increase in size through frequency training. You don't have to go super hard for those 3 days with high volume, but what I suggest is usually 2 high volume days and then 1 active recovery day so that you are able to repair the muscle so you're not as sore. Because when I train glutes 3 times a week, lifting very heavy, I didn't recover fast enough. But you want to play around with this to see what works best for you and how fast your body can actually recover. Last step is ensuring you're targeting all of the glute muscle in order to get that plump look. Now, we often just think about the glute maximus, which is the biggest glute muscle, but we also have the glute medius and the glute maximus that we also need to train in order to not have any muscle imbalances. Now, when you're performing a lot of hip extension movements, you are mainly training the glute maximus, such as your regular hip thrusts, your regular glute bridges, and banded kickbacks. But if you really want to train your glute medius and glute minimus, performing any abduction work is going to help target that. So what do I mean by abduction? Abduction is basically the movement of moving your legs in and out. That is going to help you target the side booty in order to get that full fluffy look. Now, at the end of this video, you're going to get a sample program to help you train glutes 3 times a week with 2 high volume days and an active recovery day to make sure you're hitting all of those areas to help grow your glutes. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that bell notification to get notified every single time I upload a video each week. And don't forget to connect with me on Instagram at SuperlySam and check the description box below for more information on how to connect and work with me. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.